Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Talk About It Tuesday. I am your host, Cheryl West, and we have an exciting and important topic of discussion for this evening. So if you are joining us, say hello and go ahead and share this live out and let everyone know that we are now live. We always like to give, because there's a little delay, we like to give everyone until 7:03 to get in. So go ahead and share this video out. I am doing the same. Thank you for joining us. Our topic tonight is summer slide awareness. School is almost out, and we're talking about the focus of our kindergarten through fifth grade children. Kindergarten through fifth grade children, and we want them to maintain the learning that they have acquired. So spread the word. This is going to be very good and important because we have a whole 2.5 months that they are out of school. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go ahead and share it out as well that we are live. We are live. If you are joining us, say hello. Let's see. Welcome, welcome to our Talk About It Tuesday. We are live. If you are joining us, hello, Miss Tina. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If you are on, Miss Tina, if you just share this video out, and I saw you've been doing a lot of shares, go ahead and just let everyone know that we are now live. If you are joining me, say hello, say hello. Like that. If you are joining us, say hello. Let me know who you are. Okay. And where you go and you see that live, if you're joining us, go ahead and share the video out. We have about 2 minutes. Hello, Denise. Thank you so much for joining us. If you can share this video out and let people know that we are live, and to join us, we always give our guests and our parents and the village, we like to give everyone about 3 minutes afterwards just to take into consideration the lag, the delay time with streaming on the different platforms. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do me a favor, do that. We would like by the end of June, we want to reach 100 subscribers. We need to get the information that the Lord and the Holy Spirit has been given to us into as many homes for the parents as possible. So go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so. Join us now. Welcome, welcome. If you are just joining us, say hello. Let me know who you are. If you are just joining us, say hello to us. We have people joining from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Say hello. Hey, Tanya Robinson. Thank you so much for joining us. If you could share this video out and let everyone know that we are live. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that for me, either at the end or while you're on now, you can do so. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, we have about 1 minute left, and we will go ahead and get started. We have about 1 minute left. Hey, is that Mama Pinkney? Hello, Mama Pinkney. So glad you could join us. Hi, Marisol. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in on this discussion. Thank you so much. If you could share this video out and let everyone know that we are live. It is 7:03. I am your host, Cheryl, and we are going to go ahead and get started. Tonight's topic is summer slide awareness, and I want to thank you all for joining in on this important discussion. As a reminder, our Talk About It Tuesdays are for everyone that's involved in the lives of our kindergarten through fifth grade children to have some real, raw, and authentic discussions about the challenges that they face and about some of the challenges that the parents that are and the village of those children face. So tonight's topic, we're talking about summer slide awareness, and we have some really amazing guests to give you all information. So get your questions, uh, get your questions, and take in any notes. Okay. So let's see. We are going to jump right in because we have, like I said, several wonderful guests for you all. And our first guest is LaQuisha Chester, and she is with Inspired Learning and Above. How you doing, LaQuisha?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule because you all have so much going on, everyone that's here. But I thank you for just caring enough about our parents and this topic to be able to share some information. So thank you again. We're going to
Thank
get started. Let us know. Tell me a little bit. Let us know. Let the parents know. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your educational background, and your experience before we get started.
Yes, ma'am. So, I have been an educator for 14 years. I think this year makes 14.
Wow.
Well, I'm almost hitting 20 there very soon. So, within my career, I have taught at an English school, base school, and then I also taught in just a regular public school. So, I've taught kids from pre-K to second grade.
Wow.
Most of my career in second grade. The last 4 years of my
Mhm,
career, because I did leave the school system in 2022.
mhm,
The last 4 years, I was a reading coach for
mhm.
a school for K through 5. So basically, that's just helping teachers with their reading instructions and helping them to find ways to support their students with reading. So that's a little bit of my background of education wise. And so now I currently own a tutoring business. So I left in 2022 and I stepped out on faith to open up my own tutoring business full time. And when I say it's full time, it is full time. So with that, we have kids from 3-year-olds all the way up to high school with tutoring.
Stop. You
for-
have 3-year-olds?
Yes, it's never too late to start early. So I have 3-year-olds that actually start.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. So you all please make note of that. Hi, Michelle. I did not know that Inspired Learning and Above, LaQuisha Chester, she takes children as young as 3 years old. Now, I can't promise you she has an opening, but she does take them as young as 3 year olds. So that is a wonderful. Okay, continue. I didn't even know that. So that is wonderful. I'm gonna have to get in contact with you. Go ahead.
So we do the 3-year-olds all the way up to high school for reading, writing, and math are the main things that we mainly stick to. But for high school, it's only certain math because I refuse to do calculus and pre-cal. That was back in my high school days. So but we do stop at algebra 3 when it comes to high school students.
Okay. That is wonderful. All right. Inspired Learning and Above. That is really good. And I'm glad you shared that because, like I said, that is something that I didn't know. All right. So, LaQuisha, when you think of Summer Slide and parents, uh, village that's on here, let us know. Light It Up TV. What do you know about Summer Slide? What do you know about Summer Slide? What has your experience been? Have you had any personal experience with your children or nieces, nephews, grandchildren when you're talking about the Summer Slide? Let us know in the chat. All right, LaQuisha, tell us when we're talking about Summer Slide. What is that?
Yes. To me, like the summer slide is basically what it looks like. So when you have a slide and you're climbing up the ladder, so I look at it as we're spending the entire year climbing up this ladder to get them to the top, to actually get them to where they need where they actually need to be at. And then the summer gets here and they're sliding on down. I think we don't realize that that slide is where it ends us back to the bottom. And then sometimes
Mm.
it's kind of hard to get back up that slide because we got to walk around the slide and then learn to go back up. Whether that up slope is slower or if it's faster, that's how I see the whole summer slide
Yeah.
in my vision.
And when you said that, LaQuisha, I thought about it when we're on a slide because I take my granddaughter to the park. It's fast.
Mhm.
Right? It's fast going down, and then, climbing up, it's a little more challenging. Okay, so, can the summer slide affect students of all grade levels, such as middle and high? Or is it just a particular student population that is affected the most?
Okay, so from what I see, because now I do tutor from 3-year-olds to high school, so mainly that elementary group are the ones that really get affected by the summer slide, because those are those foundation
Mhm,
years, and
mhm,
so we have to keep those things going, or they're going to hit that slide, and then they're going to hit the bottom hard. What I
mhm,
see with my middle school and high school crew, it's not as much as a huge slide, but it's more of the confidence because of how they have to get adjusted, especially my middle school children that they have to get adjusted to
mhm,
school. So they spend so much time trying to adjust to a new environment, trying
mhm,
to adjust with different teachers and different personalities that they are not fully confident in those skills. And
mhm,
so over the summer, because they weren't fully confident, they lose what they thought they knew. And then when they go to the next grade level, it's I thought I knew that, or I've totally forgot it. And most schools are not going back to review a lot, so they are expected to know what they learned in sixth,
wow,
seventh, eighth grade, or even high
wow, wow,
not as a big slide in middle school and high school. It's more of they lose their confidence, and once their confidence lose, you might as well say that they hit the summer.
wow, wow. And I will say it's not so much a lot because I agree with you that everything you said, but it's not that the teachers they just don't have the capacity to go back and teach. Like they just don't. Like I remember, during the pandemic and when I had my learning center that where children could come in and their teachers were on the screens and I was there supervising and providing additional support. I remember actually sharing with the parents saying, well, can you get them caught up? I can't promise you I can get them caught up. I can promise you that they will make progress, but I cannot promise you that they're going to close that gap completely, right?
Exactly.
So as much as we could do as parents and the village of our kindergarten through fifth grade children, since they are the ones that are most affected, I think, like that is something that we need to pay attention to. You all, again, our topic is summer slide awareness, and we're talking about have you had any experience with your child in the summer slide or child that you may know, all right, beating that learning loss, summer slide awareness, beating that learning loss. Okay, all right, and I think I have one more question for you, LaQuisha, in regards to our kindergarten through fifth grade children, what services specifically is it that your program is focusing on to prevent or decrease this summer slide and beating that learning loss?
Um, I'm gonna say it is like a mix. It is a lot. Like it used to be the reading and writing. Um,
Okay.
Now it's even math. So now I can't even say which one is greater than the other because now I think they're all on the same train right now.
Wow.
Reading, the writing, and the math, all our kids are struggling with this new math. A lot of the parents are having a hard time trying to teach the new way of math.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they have too many strategies to show them how to do something that when we did it, it's like, hey, carry, Bari,
There
take
you
over.
go. That's it. That's it.
So that's been a huge big struggle with like K through 5. One
Mm-hmm.
thing I have noticed with tutoring, because I was talking to my tutors, we always sit and meet and talk about what are we seeing as far as patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Writing is a huge concern of mine that I am already planning how to fix that over the summer, and then also
Mm.
our children do not know how to write properly. And when
Now,
I say
what grade level are you with that you see that this is an issue for, LaQuisha, where they don't know how to write?
kindergarten to high school, it is everybody across the board. It is do
Wow.
not know how to write complete sentences, writing paragraphs, writing essays, knowing how to form those essays, punctuation, spelling, grammar, language. All of that is a humongous struggle that I've noticed this past year that our students are completely lacking in, and that's from kindergarten all the way up to high
Wow.
school.
And we know that that affects test scores because they look at all of that when you're looking at the writing portion of those standardized tests. that they look at all of that, from the concept to the grammar to the punctuations, like that all plays a part. Wow. Wow, that is something. So I'm glad, because you answered that question where there was an area of focus. So what is it that you do specifically that you would be able to help? I know you say you do a lot. Can you tell the parents so that they'll know, like, some of what you do specifically that is geared towards, is that the writing? Is that what you were saying? The
Yes.
writing?
Yes, ma'am. So we do a lot though, but we do the reading, we do reading, phonics, writing, and then of course all the math. So basically what we do is, because I have taught in the school system, I've taken all my knowledge of how to be a teacher, and then I apply that to tutoring. So we
I
take
love that.
assessment on all of our children.
So
We
you
do,
have tutoring as well. So
yes.
yours is not a camp. You are a what, learning
I
center?
am yes, so I'm strictly tutoring. So all of my students have hour sessions. Most of them come 2 days a week to get their sessions in, if they're behind. So yeah, I'm strictly tutoring. I'm not a like all day camp. Basically, I just have kids coming in right now for summer. They're coming in from 12 to 8 o'clock Monday through Thursday. So everyone has their own time and their own slot where they come in and get their instruction.
And they
So
come in for that hour, for an
yes, ma'am.
hour. I love that. Okay, so this is more tutor based, and for a parent, how is it that they you doing you assess the children to determine where they are, so that you'll know what it is, or what does the parent bring you information?
Yeah, so I do ask parents to bring me what they do have from school, because I'm very big on school and home connection.
Okay.
I do have my own assessment, so all of my assessments are state approved assessments. That's for reading and for math. So I give all my kids the assessment because I want to know exactly where they are and what they're struggling with. All of our assessments are in person. I don't do no
Awesome.
computerized tests, because I believe in kids click. Like I need to see your facial
Mm,
expression. I need to witness your body language of when things get difficult, or if you actually know it. So
that's
all of
good.
our assessments are hands-on, done pencil paper. I am very old school. I'm not even old, but I learned from some great old school teachers.
That's right.
Everything is old school. So I take that, and each child have their own individual plan. No one child in my center, and we have over 100 kids, and no one has the same exact plan,
I
because
love that. It's individualized.
mhm. So
I
we do keep parents abrupt. So every 6 weeks, we retest the students to see their growth, and also we give parents resources and things to help them while they're at home, so that we can see that
mm.
growth.
Okay, so that's it. All right. If you all have any questions for LaQuisha, drop them in the chat. LaQuisha Chester, for Miss Chester. If you all have any questions for her, drop them in the chat right now for me. And let's see. Parents, what areas would you like to have help for your children this summer? What are some of the areas that you've seen as parents that your children need help? Thank you so much, LaQuisha. Thank you so much. She will be coming back. Everyone will be coming back to join us for some last words. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Thank you so much. And we have our next guest coming up, and that is Tamika Walker with Education Excelling. Our topic for discussion, everyone, is summer slide awareness, beating learning loss. Okay, beat the learning loss, beating learning loss. And we want you, if you have any questions, we are focusing on helping our children to maintain the learning that they acquired throughout the school year. So, Tamika, thank you so much for
Yes,
joining and for joining me on this important discussion.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
when you think of summer slide, what is it? And I'm asking you all because there you all might have seen different things, or might have a
Mhm.
different way of explaining it. Or but when you think about summer slide, what is it that you think about when you think about
When I think of the summer slide, I think of basically um, everything that was gained throughout the school year.
mm,
Majority, let me not say everything, majority of the knowledge that was gained throughout the school year can be declined. You can lose it. The students can regress during the summer,
okay.
especially if they don't have any type of academic practice or
Mhm,
learning going on during the summer.
mhm, mhm.
It definitely can be regressed. They can lose it.
And you know what? When you said that, something came to me as I was driving today, and I thought about that's just like us if we're
Mhm.
working out, right? and our muscles get stronger, and we skip a month or 2 months.
You feel it.
You
Yeah.
feel
You
it,
start to
right?
get weak. Absolutely.
Yes, and that's what came to me, the analogy when you were talking. It reminded me, as I was just meditating on our topic, that was one of the things that came to me, that even with us, with anything else, and with our children, as they are processing, it's even greater for them, right? Our
Absolutely.
brains are a little can handle a little bit more, but their brains, yeah, they're young. It's still
Because
young
we're
yet.
building their academic stamina throughout the
Yeah.
school year, and we have them for 7+ hours,
Oh, wow.
Monday through Friday
Yeah.
throughout the school year. So we're building on brick by brick by brick, layer by
Yes.
layer, we're building the academic stamina. So if
Mm-hmm.
they're doing absolutely nothing, just
Yeah.
on devices or, I'm big for going outside and playing, but you can learn that way,
Yeah.
So allow the children, yes, go outside and play, but let's make
Mhm.
it fun. Let's make this learning, let's make it fun. You go
Right.
outside, you run. Okay, we're doing math. You're
Uh-huh.
going outside, you're looking at maybe digging in the dirt. Okay, we're going to talk about science. You have to make it fun for the kids. Let's write about what we just did.
Yes.
To the park. Let's write a story. Just having those simple things
like
that can really help the children to just consistently use what they have built up throughout the
Consistently
school year.
use what they have built
Yeah.
up throughout the school year. That's good. And that's something that a parent can do.
Yeah,
It's something that a grandparent can do. Okay,
Mhm.
you all, we're talking about summer slide awareness. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I see Ajada says that's what she was about to say. That's just like adults. And
Yeah.
then I see that someone said that this is some great information. I believe it is. I really
Mhm.
believe it is. And I want this to get into the hands of parents and the village. Like I said, I'm very passionate of getting this information into the hands of the village that our kindergarten through fifth grade children are part of. Troya Gibson said, so good. So yes, this is good. So Tamika,
Mhm.
I want you to tell us, that's right, Tanya Robinson, building.
Mhm.
It's a continuous building. And just imagine 7 hours,
Right.
children are with you all, with teachers, and then they go from 7 hours every day
Yeah.
to nothing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell us about
Absolutely.
your program, what it is that you have. Tell us about your program, and also what is your program doing to help prevent the summer slide? Because yours is a little different. So share that with
Yeah. So just like Quisha, I'm also a tutoring business, but I also have a STEAM side to mine as well. So I offer tutoring. This summer I'll be offering Monday through Thursday from 9 to about 2, and sometime in the afternoon, depending on parent scheduling as well.
Mhm.
But I focus primarily on the core subjects: math, reading, writing, phonics. And then I bring in science. I offer STEAM enrichment. So STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Okay.
And that's just exposing students to all of those fields. Students who primarily look like me, we don't have enough exposure to those. And I don't think a lot of students know that there's other careers beyond just like doctors, lawyers, things like that. So just having them gain that exposure to many different other careers. And sometimes students may not just necessarily be fit to be in those stereotypical careers. So having them see other things that they may be good at,
I like that.
this helps them to see something new.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I offer, and this summer I'll be having a STEAM summer camp. It's a half-day summer camp that will be July 15th through the 19th.
Okay.
And I plan to bring in different professionals from those STEAM components. So I have a lady named Jamesetta James. She's an engineer.
Wow.
She has her own business, a hand in learning LLC. And she just comes in and does many different engineer, mathematics type enrichment with kids. Yeah, get the hands-on learning.
Wow. Exposure, yes.
Yeah, she does lots of soft skills, which our kids really, really need. And what I mean by soft skills, that's like communication, teamwork,
Okay.
learning when to slow down, learning when to speed up, things
Uh-huh,
like that.
uh-huh.
And then I plan to have a photographer come in, talk about their job, a chef, and
Wow,
and also,
amazing.
yeah, and also an auditor. So bringing in that mathematics side, just
Wow.
having kids just exposed at a young
What
age,
and
because
what grade level do you focus on?
I focus primarily on kindergarten through fifth grade.
Okay. All right. This is good. So that is our age range. If you all
Yeah.
have any questions for Tamika, Tamika, that is wonderful because you are doing taking the learning and making it hands-on practical
Mm-hmm.
for our children. This
Yep.
is so wonderful. Parents, have you all attended a STEAM? Have your children attended a STEAM program? Have you heard about a STEAM program? And also, what are some activities, parents, that you have done with your children? Do you know of anything that was pretty fun for them during the summer that was still able to where they were able to learn and maintain that learning and focus on that learning and keep that learning going? Okay, let us know in the chat. It's a discussion. It is
Mm-hmm.
definitely a discussion. Ajada Rain says, I love the exposure. I love this learning experience for them. Yes, this is very wonderful. I do too. I don't like to be bored.
Right, right.
So,
And that's the big part about it. And the thing is, like, even though when I said I do math, writing, phonics, but you still bring that into the STEAM side because
right.
it's all connected. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's all you need one. You can't do one without the other. So it's all
Right.
connected. And like
Yes.
you said, it's just another way of having that hands-on learning
Yeah.
and just connecting our learning. So I'm very
Integrated
big on that.
learning. And I
Yeah.
love that. I love it. I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. If you all have any questions for Tamika, just drop them in the chat, you all. She will be back to give us some last words uh, for our parents and our village. And I just wanted to make sure, is there anything else? Tamika, have you noticed? I wanted to ask because I wanted to see, is there a correlation? Is there any one particular subject that you have noticed with the children that they may need more help in?
I would say two particular areas. Reading,
Uh-huh.
but specifically comprehension.
Mm.
So a lot of kids, yes, may are struggle with reading, but once they, nail the phonics, the
Mhm,
coding,
mhm.
all those things, now they're struggling with understanding what they're reading. So they're
Mm.
just pretty much word calling. So comprehension is very big, and that connects back to, I would piggyback off what Quisha said, writing.
Uh-huh.
Um, Reading and writing go hand in hand.
Uh-huh.
So like if I'm reading something and I have to
Mhm.
write a response to it, but I'm not understanding what I'm reading, I'm
Yeah.
going to struggle with that writing portion. So I
Yeah.
really noticed that with reading comprehension
Mhm,
and
mhm.
writing as well. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
that is something very interesting. Parents, you heard that reading and writing, they go hand in hand, and
Mhm.
we heard that LaQuisha said the same thing, that reading and that writing. So that is something that I love what Tamika said. Anyone can, if we're riding to the store, we can talk about what do we,
Yeah.
what do we, if we, I'm
Yeah.
serious, we're going grocery shopping.
That's an
Write the list.
experience.
Write the list for
Absolutely.
Write the list. What are some things that you want to purchase? Let's
That's a
add up
book.
how much it's going to cost. How
That's
much?
a book, Miss West. How to go grocery shopping.
Yes,
First,
yes,
I got in the car.
yes.
Then I got a buggy.
I,
Then
I
we
used to
put
love
these
that.
grocery, like that is a type of
Yes.
writing. And I think parents sometimes, I don't want to say all parents, but sometimes you kind of think, oh, I have to just do book, just what the
Uh-huh.
teacher sends home.
Mhm.
But no, it's beyond that. It's learning
Yes.
beyond the classroom. It's so
Yes.
much more. Experience is so, so,
I
so,
love
so
that. You all
important.
type in the chat, learning beyond the classroom. I
Yeah,
love that.
learning beyond the
Learning
classroom.
beyond the classroom.
Mhm.
We can make anything an educational experience, and I love
Absolutely.
that. So
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much, Tamika.
No problem.
Thank you very much. All right, the next we have Katrina Brown with Soaring Eagles Christian Academy. Learning beyond the classroom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Type that in the chat, everyone. Learning beyond the classroom. Learning beyond the classroom. So we've heard from someone that focuses heavily with the tutoring and all day. whatever she makes the schedule work from you, we work for you as parents. We've also heard from someone that has the STEAM component. And now we have Katrina Brown, and she has Soaring Eagles Christian Academy. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank
So,
you so much, Katrina, for joining us. Tell us about, thank you, that's right, learning beyond the classroom, everyone. Katrina, tell us about yourself and your experience and Soaring Eagles Christian Academy.
well, I have been in education for almost 16 years now.
Mhm.
I have a bachelor's in elementary education and a master's in education administration. So I have taught in both the public and private school sectors, elementary grades as well as middle school. And I am the founder and the head of school at Thorn Eagles Christian Academy. Now,
Awesome.
our academy has been in existence. We just completed year 2, so our school is fairly new, but we're
Mhm.
coming along, and God is blessing.
Mhm.
This is a huge step of faith. God prompted this in my spirit a long time ago, but it finally came to fruition, and God has been blessing us ever since those doors have opened. So we are just thankful and grateful for this opportunity to be able to speak tonight on this summer slide awareness. It is important for
Mhm.
us to realize that our children need that active learning all year long. They need to be engaged in learning, and it doesn't have to be looking at a textbook. It
Mhm.
could just be real life, authentic experiences that they have. And so I know that we've been talking about summer slides, and for those who don't know what it
That's
means,
what I was going to ask you. Uh-huh.
yeah, so that's, you know, our children, they have about 8 weeks out of school, 8 weeks that they're not getting that structure. They're not getting that, at 9 o'clock we have math, at 10 o'clock we have science, at 11 o'clock is social studies. But we have to provide ways that they can actively be engaged with their learning and continue to make those connections so that they can bridge or transition from the previous grade to the next. And so that's really important because those those skills that they've learned through the school year can be lost. And it could be a tremendous loss for some that once they get back the next school year, they're struggling because the pace, when we go from one grade to the next, the pace
Oh,
used to get
yeah.
a little faster, and you've got to catch on more, and you've already had this knowledge. So a lot of times you're having to build on prior knowledge.
Mhm.
If they've forgotten that prior knowledge, then that makes it very difficult. And so we want to set our children up for success. We
Mhm.
don't want them to have to struggle once they get back into the classroom.
Mhm.
And when they start struggling, that's another issue with their confidence and their interest.
Yeah.
And they lose interest, and sometimes they lose motivation, and then they don't typically want to do it anymore. So we want to keep that enthusiasm.
That is, thank you so much for sharing that, because that, that is true when you're talking about keeping their interest for the 8 weeks, because, once you get to enjoying the summertime, then it's like, I don't even want to think about any type of learning. But if we keep that learning going, then it's like it's easy to make that adjustment back into that 7 hour school day. So tell us, what is your focus? What age range do you have at Soaring Eagle Christian Academy? What age range? If you are just joining us, share this video out, because we want to get this information into the hands of as many people as possible. We're talking about summer slide awareness, our kindergarten through fifth grade children beating learning loss. And we are talking right now with Katrina Brown of Soaring Eagle Christian Academy. So let us know about your Christian Academy, and what is your focus there, your age range.
So we start at kindergarten, 4-year-old kindergarten. So we start at kindergarten and we go up to sixth grade.
Okay.
Um, so we have a lot. We have a lot going on in these 2 years that it's just been kind of like a wildflower just blossoming, growing. But we do also not just the 4 core courses, math, science, social studies, and ELA, but we offer Spanish.
Oh,
We also
wow.
we do have a
Now,
Spanish
what grade
instructor,
does Spanish start with?
all grades. So
Awesome. Kindergarten as well. I love that. Okay.
So we offer Spanish. We do have STEAM. We have theater as our extracurricular, and we have, well, of course, physical education. So we incorporate those extracurricular activities into our curriculum as well. And we have, we're located right here in Columbia off of Old Clemson Road. So we are having some other, programs coming in the making. So stay tuned to hear about those things. And we also offer after school, which is J Spark Academy.
You have an after school program as well connected to the, all right, parents, there's an after school program. There's a Christian Academy, and you do have a summer camp. Is that right? So tell us about the after school and then the summer camp.
So our after school, we are connected with J Spark Academy, which is right on the campus. So children can go straight from dismissal to after school. And in after school, they get tutoring services to help them with content that they may have difficulty with in class. So I work directly with the director of the after school program so that we communicate what they need to do, what they need to know. So it's homework help, but it's also that extra tutoring service that they may need to give them that boost in their academic knowledge.
That is good. Have you noticed there, being that you do kindergarten through 6th grade, have you noticed any particular grade level that you would say is the most key important that we need to make sure that we focus on with our children? I know all of them are important, but is there one that you would say, parents, like this, we need to make sure that this grade right here?
Kindergarten, definitely. I would say all of the younger grades, so K through 2nd, is imperative because that's where our young scholars are getting their foundation. So even prior to coming to kindergarten, there should be some foundational learning that can take place right at home, introducing them to text, which means multiple, kinds of books, picture books, introducing them to letters, the alphabet, phonemic awareness. Even if you're not a teacher at home, you can still do these things with them, their colors, their shapes. It's important to have that foundation because, believe it or not, that is what builds them when they get to the higher grade levels to have that knowledge because kindergarten, we're, working on handwriting, we're working on letter formation, we're working on being able to read sight words. So if a lot of them have no exposure to that, you're starting from the very beginning. You have to make up for lost ground, and sometimes that playing catch up can take multiple grade levels for them to get where they need to be.
What are tips for parents that you want to share with them? Some things that they can do across the board, some simple things real quick that they can do across the board.
So simple things, especially this summer, just have a routine of we're going to do 15 minutes of reading a day. And one of the most important things is, don't just have your child just read the book for 15 minutes, but after they read the book, discuss it with them. What did you read? Who were the main characters? What was the story about? Can you put it in order? Tell me what happened first, what happened next, what happened last.
And parents, this is simple. I know that we're saying it's simple, but the importance of a routine, I'm learning that even now with my grandbaby who's 2.5, the importance of having a routine. We're talking about summer slide awareness, beating learning loss, We have Katrina Brown with Soaring Eagles Christian Academy. That's on. Our other guests are going to come back at the end and also give some last words, some tips that they may have personally on things that you all can do as the village with our kindergarten through 5th grade children. But I want let us know, is your child, your grandchild, niece, nephew, are they in a camp or a tutoring program? Let us know that. Are they with a relative? Where will your child be if you have anyone in that age range? Where will they be at this summer? Will they be a part of a formal structured program like a summer camp or a tutoring program, or will they just be with a relative? Let us know in the chat. Okay. All right. What were you going to say? Summer camp, about summer camp, and then anything else you
So we are offering summer enrichment, and summer enrichment is to help our scholars build on that prior knowledge and also introduce them to some new concepts that they will have for their next grade level. So we do individual plans for those, especially there's a registration link, and so on that registration, once we get information from you to know where they are, we kind of develop a plan for those children to help kind of bridge that gap. We can't guarantee that we're going to close it all the way, but we do want to see progress, especially if they've been struggling in certain core subjects over the year. We want to know that so that we can help build on that so that they're not getting further behind as they go to the next grade level. So our main focus is to try to, help bridge that gap so that they don't have such a huge leap that they have to take once they start the next school year. And we offer our summer enrichment Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then it begins on June 3rd. So we'll go from June 3rd until June 27th, so the month of June. So this is a way to help prevent that summer slide because we're going to be diving into that knowledge that has already been gained, those achievements, and then we're going to actually take it a step further and introduce them to some concepts so they can be ahead of the game, so to speak, and then we send home materials that they can work on for the month of July.
You send home materials, so the parents won't have to focus on what they need to do. They can do other stuff as well because we know that parents are the first teachers, but you will send something home with the parents. That is great. Okay, parents, that she's sending stuff home, and I think maybe LaQuisha, I think, says she does that as well. And so thank you so much. Thank you. If you have any questions for Katrina Brown with Soaring Eagles Christian Academy, please put your questions in the chat. Her information was already on the screen, and that will be running again in a few. Thank you so much again, Katrina. And next up, we have Dr. Selena Flood. How are you, Dr. Flood? We can't hear you.
Doing well. How are you?
Yes, Dr. Flood, thank you so much. I know that you have to run, and I was looking at this time because
no, you're fine.
Because I know that you have some other things in terms of another student that you will be seeing in a little bit. So I will be looking at this time because you told me about it. But thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. This is who I contact you all when I need to find out information, the education specialist. Yes, before I see that Soaring Eagles has support here. And they said awesome information. Parents need to get more involved in helping their children during school session and summer break. Yes, I agree, Pastor Sylvia, Mama Sylvia. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so, all right, Dr. Flood, I have an array of questions for you. So, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, your experience, and what is it that you do?
All right. So I was just trying to calculate how many years I've been in education. So I think it's been a little over 20 now. Wow, I cannot believe that.
Wow.
I graduated in undergrad with a degree in teaching in 2002. Went on to grad school after that, and then got my doctorate as well in education. So I've been around the block a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I have taught an array of grades, subjects from kindergarten all the way even to college level.
I know.
And I'm definitely very familiar with Summer Slide. And
Mhm.
so even now, as I'm in my current role of consulting with as a homeschool mom, parent in my business, it is just and really post-pandemic, just the whole array of what's happening in the field of education. So
Yes, that is a whole discussion that we talked about that we are going to have for our parents, because the psychologist that was on last week, that was one of the things that she said in our discussion, that where our children are still at post-pandemic. So I definitely agree with you there. And so you all, thank you. Hey, mommy, Lou's on there. She says great. All right. And so I want to jump right in. You said Summer Slide. Now we want, since the other guests were talking more about their formal programs, what if a parent cannot, for whatever reason, are not able to send their child to a formal structured camp, tutoring, for whatever reason? What are some of the things that they can do during the day with their, and we're looking at, I don't know if that's different for kindergarten through fifth, but when you look at that as a whole, what are some practical things that parents can do?
All right, great question. So I am definitely all about learning, as you all mentioned, beyond the classroom, right? So we have to continue learning beyond the classroom and year round. And right now I'm currently homeschooling my 4 children. And so they're all saying, Mom, are we gonna have a summer break? No, we're not. No, absolutely not. No.
And for the years that I've known you, it has been that way for years. And your children are like 2 or 3 grades ahead.
Yes, we do not break for the summer. No, even as a homeschool family, we do not break for summer break. No, we don't. We will take the weekends off, and when we have a holiday, yes, but we're not taking 8 weeks off. Why? So even at home, I am so it's so important to continue learning even at home. So there's so many things you can do, and I break it down to just 3 basic ideas: books, boxes, and bundles. Okay,
all right.
I mean
books, boxes, and bundles.
Boxes and bundles. Yeah,
you heard that? Books, boxes.
3B.
Okay, yeah. Explain. Is this what information that you give to parents? Okay, all right. Go ahead.
And what I even do, even in my own home with my own children. But yes, books are so important, right? And so I feel like our children, like as Lace mentioned earlier, LaQuisha and the other women, reading, right? That reading and writing goes hand in hand. So our children have got to read every day. Every day they've got to read. So go to the library. The library is free, and we are regulars at the library. Regulars, but go check out those books, and they have a summer reading program, so you can go there for free and get awards and prizes just for reading. But not even that, you learn so much by reading, right? Our children learn a lot by reading. Not even just reading books, but there's also workbooks. So go to Dollar Tree, right? It doesn't have to be very expensive, nothing very pricey. Go to Dollar Tree or even Target or even Amazon has really inexpensive workbooks, right? So during the summer, grab a couple of workbooks, let your child do, each subject, one subject per day, do a reading assignment, do a writing assignment, do a math assignment.
And I've seen those workbooks all over, like in every place I go. If I'm going in Dollar General, so you're saying even those little workbooks that we see all over the place.
Yes.
Because sometimes they will have like the grade level on that. Just pick it up, and let your child do that. And even that's being done will actually help maintain their learning.
Oh, yes, definitely. And there's actually a particular workbook that's labeled just for Summer Slide. It's called Summer Bridge Activities. And it is a workbook that actually crosses over between grade levels. There's one for like 3rd to 4th and 4th to 5th. And so that workbook is specifically made for Summer Slide. So go grab that workbook, parents, and just let your child complete just 1 lesson per day. And each little bit adds up, right? Even audiobooks. Your kids listen to
Wow.
Language, yes, audiobooks. So when you think of summer and doing things at home, think of books. It's my first B. Books, 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 okay?
Right. Wow.
Right?
I didn't think about that, the audiobooks, because even as a teacher, that was one of our center areas, listening to reading.
Listen to reading, hearing that reading, yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. And then as LaQuisha mentioned, our children are having that difficulty, right, with reading and writing. But if they hear correct grammar, right, correct structure of sentences, they will begin to apply that in their own learning. So yes, audiobooks, workbooks, summer bridge activities, go to the library. Books was my first B is books. Okay. Second B, what you can do at home is boxes. What I mean by that, there are activity boxes you can order. Some people call them subscription boxes, but you can order these activity as our young lady, second lady, she mentioned her STEAM camp, right? You can order STEAM activity boxes for your house.
Now, is that something that's I guess costly?
So it doesn't have to be costly. The price can range anywhere from about 15, 20 per box on up to about 30 or 40 bucks.
Really?
So no, not that expensive, not at all.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
I thought you were going to say 50 to 100. That's
no. They're about 15, 20 bucks, about 30 or 40 bucks.
So I see everyone saying great. Mary Pickney said great idea.
Yes.
So Eva said great information. Great information, Dr. Flood. 3 B's. Okay.
Yes.
Boxes. Bundles. If you all think this is great information, put in the comments great info, because this is good. So I didn't know. Okay, we will get that information from you because I'm interested. Now, what grade levels does that go to, those boxes?
So the activity boxes can be from anywhere from like 3-year-olds, like preschool level, on up to middle and high school. There are boxes for all levels, all interest. You can have an art box or a STEAM box or a career box. You only mentioned STEAM careers. You can have interest boxes too for any grade level and any interest level. So they are wonderful. Just order a box. It comes to your door, shipped to your door. So right at your house, your child can work on that box and do those activities, and they're learning right at home, right?
Wow.
Okay. Yep.
Well, these are extracurriculum things, but they're still learning. Is that correct?
Still learning. Oh yeah, still learning. A lot of them are STEAM related. So they could be a science box, right? Or a technology box, engineering, art, and mathematics. But usually it's a STEAM related activity.
Okay. Thank you. All right, in bundles.
Yep. And then a few more boxes. If you don't want to order, some people, may not want to order an additional thing for them. You can just go to the same old stores, Dollar General, right, Walmart, and you can just get a box of Legos. You would not believe how much children can learn from Legos, right? A box of Legos, even a box of Play-Doh for our little babies, right? The kindergarten, preschool first. Play-Doh kept my kids busy for hours right at home, and they're learning, right? Those fine motor, gross motor, they're learning all those skills, right? Even using Play-Doh, making things, creations, being creative, right? Thinking outside the box. So there's so many boxes of things you can buy. Legos, Play-Doh, puzzles. Oh my goodness. And puzzles are for all grade levels, all ages.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and I was thinking that those are some of the things that are, because our teachers are so heavily focused on that curriculum that our children may not get to do all the time. So summertime is definitely a great time to expand their learning with the things that they don't get to do all the time. So I like that. I like
hands-on activities. And last thing is bundles, right? So what I mean by bundles, I always tell my kids, right, before you do anything else, right, before you look at a screen or try to do anything, any other extra activity, you need to do 3 things per day. Besides obviously getting up and praying, but after you pray, you need to do 3 things, right? Read something, write something, solve something. Okay. And by solve, I mean math, or even, solve a problem, figure something out, in something engineering or STEAM related. But read something, write something, solve something every day. And that can be done right at home. So you can read a book, you can read a comic strip, you can read a magazine. Just read something, right? Read something. Writing, you can write in a journal. Just write about your day, right? What did we do today? What did we do if you took a trip? What did you do on your trip? What's your favorite thing on your trip, right? You can write a story about maybe a Maple Leaf story, what you want to do one day, a trip you want to take, right? You can make a card for someone, right? So writing takes many forms, but you need to read, write, and then solve something, right?
Now, do they choose? We allow them to choose.
You let them choose, or you can let them choose one, then you choose one. So however it works out for you to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Yes, like you said, for parents, for grandparents, make it easy for you, but let them do those 3 things every day. Read, write, solve.
I love that. You answered all my questions in one. I had the question of what if there was a parent? No, really, you did. What if there? I had a few scenarios talking about if there was a parent that was working from home on a phone job and they needed to save money to keep their child at home. What would you say them to have their children do? Well, that answer you're talking about the read, write, solve. We're talking about the box, the
activity boxes. Yep. Yes.
Boxes. So that answered that question. I had a question here that said, I'm an entrepreneur, but I do a lot of field work and I'm in my car driving a lot. My child has to come with me. What can we do to prevent the summer slide there?
Yep.
The same
Take
thing.
those books. Take those books, those workbooks, audiobooks. You in the car, we taking work, right? We taking stuff in the car. Oh yeah.
Like read, write, solve. Like that's something that can be on the road. This is really good.
For sure.
This was, I learned something. This is really good. We're going to bring all of our guests back really quick. Thank you, Dr. Flood. That is some really, really good practical tips. So we want to hear from everyone. I see people saying read, write, solve every day. So this is really good. Nicholas Bostic said all great information from all of the educators. I definitely agree. We heard LaQuisha focusing on telling about that writing and what she's seen with that writing and how important that writing is. Tamika talked about the STEAM portion of it and involving that and learning beyond the classroom. And then Katrina spoke about her Christian school and how they go from kindergarten through 6th grade and they have an after school program tied in, and now they have a summer camp portion tied in as well, and how they are focusing on bridging that gap with the children actually with the grade levels. And everyone, LaQuisha's doing the same thing. It's just a different type of service. And I wanted to bring this in, parents, because we have so many different resources out there. And I think it's very important for us to be aware of this summer slide and the things that we can do. Last words, everyone. Last words of any tips for the parents that you may have, anything that you just want to share for the parents to remember and keep in mind. Any last words? And we're going to start with LaQuisha and we'll close it out.
Yes, ma'am. My last word would be just do something.
Yes.
Just do something. Even though you may not be an educator and know how to do the things that we know how to do, just like
someone put do something in the chat. Do something. Go ahead, LaQuisha.
Exactly. So even getting workbooks or finding someone to give you advice. I don't care if you do something.
Do something.
So that's my takeaway from it as well. And then speaking about workbooks, like we're actually starting to make. I'm actually making worksheets and things on my website for parents to buy so that it pertains to the kids' school.
Yes.
Because I'm very big on making alignment with school and things. So
yes.
That's my next goal, is to help parents with that so that they can know what these kids need to know in the school system, because it's intimidating.
Yes, that was a question that was the question that I had. Thank you, LaQuisha. That was a question I had. Parents, do you know where your child should be at? Do you know what your child should know for that grade level? That was one of the things that I thank you, LaQuisha, for bringing that back to my remembrance. Yes, thank you. Do something, and she's working on that. You're big on that homeschool connection, and I like that. All right, Tamika, any last words?
I would say experiences matter. I think we heard that from everybody, helping to bridge that gap from home. I'm a current teacher, and just bridging the gap. Experience matter. Every little bit counts. As LaQuisha just said, do something. You know, you don't have to just stick to pencil and paper. That is good, don't get me wrong, but experience matters. Get out there. If y'all have a vacation plan, bring the work along with you. Write about it. Experiences matter. That's what I would have to say.
Thank you. I love that. I love that. Experiences matter. Katrina, you all, if you all thought this was so good, say great info. I'm just excited because this is such a needed discussion. And I think hopefully it will help parents. So spread, but after we get off, share. Go ahead, Katrina.
I would say engage in learning with your child. It doesn't have to feel like a chore. You can make it fun for them, and it doesn't have to be isolated to where, oh, you got to go over here and work on this. But engage in learning with them, ask questions, explore things, take them to museums, zoos. You know, show them that it's not just sitting down at a desk and working, but real life experiences. We always learn through real life experiences. So picking up a book is good, but also, like Tamika said, experience matters. So have them do those things every day. Journal. I heard Dr. Selena say that, but get them interested in writing. Purchase them a cool, fun, cute journal. Let them write about their experiences over the summer, and just stay engaged with them because that keeps them motivated.
Stay engaged with them. I love that. Like it doesn't have to feel like a chore. That's good, because some parents think like it's a lot, right? But it doesn't have to be like this separate thing. As you were talking, I said, I involve my 2.5-year-old with me in the kitchen now. But if she was older, I could say, if we're doing a recipe, how much we need to do, this is for one person, how much do we need for 4 people, or something like that. So it doesn't have to be like a chore. Thank you, Katrina. All right. And Dr. Selena Flood, what last words real quick?
All right. These ladies have been great. And so just want to, I guess, one last just comment, just learn year round, like always continue to learn. And even for me as an adult, I tell my kids, I learn something new every day, right? So continue learning, learn year round. And as Katrina mentioned, learning is hands-on, right? It doesn't have to be just paper and pencil, as Tamika mentioned. It's not just in the books, right? Take those field trips, right? And even with my kids, I try to do a field trip once a week. We go to the museums and all the zoos and all the, we're like everywhere, learning, but learn year round.
I love it. Thank you all so much.
Learning.
Never stop learning. And I want to comment on that, Dr. Flood. As I was researching information about this topic, one of the things that it said is that when children see their parents read, then they grow up to they have that desire to want to read. So model, like you said, model that. Let us show them that we're reading something as well too. So I think that's something big. Listen, you all, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Do something. Experiences matter. Engage in learning year round and learn year round. Engage in learning and learn year round. Beat the slide. Thank you so much. You all, our hashtag is Summer Ed Aware, okay? Hashtag Summer Ed Aware, okay? Hashtag Summer Ed Aware. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. Help us make it to 100 subscribers, okay? I thank you all so much. And until next time, remember to light it up. Alrighty.